Hi everyone, Linda from Let's Talk Prepping, and we're going to look at some of the headlines and see what's going on around the world and in the United States and see what we can do to prepare and be ready for everything that's coming to the best of our ability. So let's go over here and look at what's going on. We're over here at the end of the AmericanDream.com, and this is again by Michael Snyder. He's a really good author. And it was yesterday. If they get the opportunity, they will transform our society into a dystopian hellscape. And what it is here, these are all pods, and they're called birthing pods, and they're going to be used so that they can harvest genetically superior babies or people. It's a huge facility that contains hundreds of transparent birthing pods, and here's the video of them, and you can see all of these pods here, and it's basically an artificial womb, and it's called the Ecto-Life Artificial Womb Facility. Hundreds, and you can see them moving inside there. Hundreds of fetuses sit in transparent pods that are temperature controlled and feature an umbilical cord to receive oxygen and nutrients. And one of the biggest selling points of such a system would be that we could create designer babies that are genetically superior to humans that are born the normal way. If you want your baby to stand out and have a brighter future, our elite package offers you the opportunity to genetically engineer the embryo before implanting it into the artificial womb. And thanks to that CRISPR technology, that gene editing tool, you can edit any trait of your baby through a wide range of over 300 genes. You can customize your baby's eye color, hair color, skin tone, physical strength, height, and level of intelligence. It allows you to fix any inherited genetic diseases that are part of your family history, so that your baby and their offspring will live a healthy, comfortable life free of genetic diseases. In addition to getting perfect babies every time, there would also no longer be any need for the pain of childbirth. So there you have it. There's the future. I guess now, because there really aren't men and women anymore, we would just wouldn't have to worry. We just grow the babies in these little pods. Now going over here to reclaimthenet.org, Indian citizens that don't link account numbers to digital ID will soon face financial blacklisting. So they're forcing them to use the digital ID, or they're going to lose all their money. And if they can do it in India, they can do it anywhere. That's like a test case for all around. And it's December 13th, today's date. And this is the burningplatform.com. The consumer economy has completely collapsed. It's a ghost town for holiday shopping everywhere. And this was, I guess, the day after Thanksgiving. And I don't know, I didn't go shopping, so I can't say if there were crowds. But they said that literally almost no one is doing any holiday shopping, and the traditional Black Friday rush to get deals and discounts just didn't happen. But yet almost every financial media outlet is using the same Retail Federation talking point about anticipating an 8% increase in holiday sales. And meanwhile, the news crews and camera crews are having a desperate time finding any holiday shopping to use as background footage for the claims that sales are strong. I'm not sure. I didn't go shopping, and I really haven't been other than grocery shopping, so I couldn't say. TheBurningPlatform.com. China moves one step closer to dethroning the dollar. And again, today's date. And what they've done is they bought loads and loads of gold, and they're going to have a gold-backed currency. And once that happens, it's going to affect all currencies, because most of them aren't worth anything any more than the US dollar is. So once you have a gold-backed currency, you can essentially trade it in for gold. And this is discernreport.com, discernreport.com. Only those with a prepper mentality today will survive the digital dollar. Now, the digital dollar is something that's coming, and I think it's going to come sooner than we think, because all of these other countries are experimenting with it so that when it comes here, and the Federal Reserve has talked about the digital currency. And the thing about the digital currency is that once it's in place, they can control all your spending. Let you spend, not let you spend, let you buy this, not let you buy this. They can control everything. So if you have prepared ahead of time with a prepper mentality and started stockpiling some of the things you don't think they're going to allow you to buy, such as guns and ammo, you will be better off. And then this one for corruption.news, Blackstone limiting withdrawals amid Wall Street panic and escalating bank runs. And again, December 13th by Ethan Huff. And Blackstone Real Estate Income Trust. So that's where you would withdraw if you had money in the income trust, but they're imposing limits on it. So it's just another thing that's happening. And Yahoo Finance, not all inflation news was good, because if you listen to some of the reports today, they were saying, oh, inflation was only 7% in November. It was down. Well, grocery prices jumped 12% in November. So again, today's date, grocery prices are up. And anybody who goes to the grocery store knows that. And then this one was real interesting. This is realrawnews.com, realrawnews.com. And North Carolina residents cry martial law over county-imposed curfew. And they did a curfew because this was where that electric grid was. The two substations were shot up and damaged. So they imposed a countywide curfew. And some of the people are saying it's like martial law, because this man was a security guard, was walking home from his job when a police cruiser with lights flashing and sirens blasting pulled alongside him. Two cops started interrogating him and asking why he violated curfew. I told them I just got off of work and I was heading home. I live a half a mile from a job, and it's easier to walk than drive. Then the cops said it was a piss-poor excuse, said they could take me to jail. When I asked if I was being detained or free to leave, they said they were investigating me and kept me there 20 minutes, running my ID. I'm a hardworking Christian. I ain't no criminal. They let me go, but they had no good reason to stop me. And then this woman, a 26-year-old woman, a stay-at-home mom, was outside past curfew with the family dog when the cops pulled into her driveway. I knew about the curfew, but was on the curb 15 feet from my front door. I explained I was only out long enough for Baron the dog to do his business. He snarled at them as they got out of the car, so they demanded I put him inside and come back outside so they could talk to me. I asked if I could just stay inside and let this pass, and they said no, because they hadn't established my identity. They checked my license and said I was breaking the law. They said they were doing me a favor by only giving me a citation. This is overreach. This is martial law. I was out there with them against my will in my bathrobe and slippers for 15 minutes before I told I could leave. If my husband was home, it could have gone another way. So you say, oh, well, they had to impose this curfew because they didn't want anybody to shoot up another substation. You say, well, they only wanted to make sure another substation wasn't destroyed, and that's why they put the curfew in. But this is overreach, and this is going to happen all over. And it's going to be the good law-abiding citizens that get arrested or get a citation or get a ticket for being out past curfew And it's not going to be the criminals or anybody like that. And it will happen more and more as things get worse. So what can you do to prepare? Well, you have to think about the digital currency. How are you going to prepare for that? Start stocking up now on things you need. Maybe you can find some local farms who would barter with you. Try to figure out what you can do so that you don't have to accept the digital currency, and maybe we can fight against it. And what's going to happen if China really does set up a gold-backed currency and our dollar just goes to nothing and we have hyperinflation? Again, you've got to prepare and have as much stocked as you can. Not being a financial advisor, I really can't tell you what to do, but the other thing you could do if that happens is buy gold and silver and have that on hand, have things to barter with. So there's so much going on, and things seem to be getting worse every day in terms of hyperinflation, inflation, the digital currency coming closer than ever, this martial law that's happening. And I think you've seen in, I think it was the UK, where they're going to have lockdowns in the certain city that you're only allowed to leave the city 100 days a year. All kinds of things happening all over the world that they're testing, because if they work there, they're going to bring it here. Let us know in the comments what you think of all this, what you're doing to prepare, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed.